Now, on this channel, Marcus has provided lots of exclusives from X on West Ham's transfer dealings, but I don't think you need an in the know to understand that there's very little, in fact, zero chance that Jarrod Bowen joins Spurs this summer. Although speculation does continue. Now, before I talk about that, I just wanted to remind you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and drop a like on the video. It'll be very much appreciated. So on to Jarrod Bowen. And the speculation is doing the rounds again about him joining Tottenham, or at least Daniel Levy testing the resolve of David Sullivan after the latter pleaded poverty and said how close we are to PSR restrictions. And it seems like Daniel Levy is now going to test the resolve of him in the summer and see how much it would take to get Bowen to join the club. Now, again, I don't think we needed clarification, but I just don't see this happening. There is zero chance that Jarrod Bowen joins Tottenham this summer. First of all, I don't see him leaving to go anywhere, but certainly not Tottenham, because quite frankly, why would he join Tottenham at this stage? They are one place above us in the league. If we'd have actually been bothered and pulled our finger out in the second half on Sunday, we'd have gone above them. They've had an absolute car crash of a season, like us. There seems to be unrest between the fans, the manager and the ownership. It just doesn't seem like a good place to play football at the moment. And yes, okay, they've got a Europa League final if they finish the job tonight. And if they win that, they obviously have Champions League football as a carrot to dangle in front of players. But I don't think they're in any place to mount a successful Champions League campaign next season. And I'm sure Jarrod Bowen has aspirations of playing in Champions League, but yeah, I can't see him wanting to join a team that is likely to, get battered everywhere they go, as they say. And I think that would happen in the Champions League unless Tottenham had a very successful summer transfer window. So I just don't see this one happening at all. I think it's an absolute non-starter. But having said that, we obviously, as a team, for many reasons, need to have a very good season next season. And there's only so long you can keep players like Jarrod Bowen loyal to a club when you're sitting 17th in the Premier League, because he is too good to be sitting there. He's proved time and time again that he can score goals in the Premier League, he can perform in the Premier League, and it's no surprise that there's interest from other clubs. So it's really important we don't have another season like we have done this season, because he might just think, where do I go from here? I need to leave to get better. I don't think there's any evidence that he needs to leave at the moment to get an England squad. He has done so previously, and it seems like Thomas Tuchel is open to players just playing in the Premier League. I think that thing of you have to play in a top four side to get an England squad is probably a thing of the past, thankfully. So I don't think he needs to leave for that. But again, if we have another terrible season, there's only so long you can keep good players within your squad. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I also wanted to talk about just his performance this season and how often he's carried us. I think many West Ham fans will vote him as Hammer of the Year, and rightly so, in my opinion. And yeah, he's just been amazing, hasn't he? He's been our saving grace, along with probably Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Ollie Scholes breaking through as well. He's just been the saving grace and the shining light of the season. And thank God for him, because God knows where we would be without Jarrod Bowen this season. A lot has been said about is he captain material, and I understand that, and I completely agree with Mark that one, we need more leaders within the dressing room and within the club, and that two, that Jarrod Bowen is probably not the best suited captain in a Premier League side. And like I say, I agree with that. But on the other hand, just because you have the armband on, I don't think that means you need to rant and rave. I think there's plenty of captains like Steven Gerrard, for example, that have just led by example and let their football do the talking. And look, they talk now and again. I'm sure Jarrod Bowen says things in the dressing room when it's called upon, but he doesn't seem like he's one to rant and rave. He does seem very calm. He doesn't get carried away, and he leads by example. And there's plenty of traits that he has that I think shows he does have some signs of leadership. The high standards he obviously sets day in, day out, the consistency he's shown in the Premier League week in, week out, his strong mentality to get where he's got from and in playing non-league and then going through with Hull and breaking into the Premier League. You've seen so many players break into the Premier League like he did when he joined West Ham and just go, well, I've done it now, that's it. But he's gone to another level and he continues to do so season in and season out. And that consistency is shown and that professionalism. He must be an absolute manager's dream. I know obviously David Moyes was a big fan of his. Julian Lopetegui was a big fan of his, and Graham Potter as well. He must be an absolute dream because you are getting 7 out of 10 from Jarrod Bowen every week, and sometimes a lot better. And he always pops up with the goals and assists. So yeah, obviously I can't talk highly enough of him, and I do think that whilst he doesn't seem like a natural leader, he does seem to have, like I say, a lot of the traits of high standards, consistency, mentality, professionalism, that if the rest of the squad held those traits in high regard, like he obviously does, then we'd be in a lot better place than we are this season. It feels like there's a real void within the squad of that strong mentality. Every week I need to deliver a performance, because we've seen just such up and down performances this season, mainly down. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I do think it's been spoken about, but it is clear that we would be in a lot worse place without Jarrod Bowen this season. He's had an incredible season again. He's proven time and time again that he is the man for us. And yeah, I'm happy to say, and I think I can confidently say, we won't be seeing Jarrod Bowen in a Spurs shirt anytime soon. At the end.